So my plan for today is to test out the difference between my first telephoto lens and the telephoto lens that I own now. Well, I guess I've owned both of them, but just to see the differences between the two and if a price tag actually determines how good the quality of your lens is. I was here a couple weeks ago trying to test out some astrophotography and trying to get better at that because I'm not great at astrophotography, but I don't know. I think I learned a good amount of stuff last time, so
So this is the 70-200. Voila. This is at 70 millimeters. I'm shooting at 1/200 at f8, I think. And I now realize this is not the best time to be wearing white shoes when the ground is all muddy. So, yay! But yeah, it looks really nice out. It's all green. The fog is kind of clearing away, but not too much. It's fine. It's the first day of spring was a couple days ago, so it's starting to feel like real nice, and I can actually go outside and do things and not freeze my butt off every single time I go outside. Let's try 200 millimeters. It's a little bit windy, so my hair's kind of like everywhere, so every time I go to shoot something, I have to fix my hair, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. This is 200 millimeters on the 70-200. I think it looks crisper than the 75-300 for obvious reasons, but this is just a comparison of why more cha-ching make your photo and video go ba-bling. But I like the way it looks. Ooh, the sun, that's really bright. So yeah. All right, so this is 75 millimeters on the 75-300. Voila, I don't really know what to say because I'm not really gonna know what it looks like until after I shoot the video. From my experience of using this thing, I've had a lot of chromatic aberration and fuzziness with it. One of my friends has the exact same lens, and he had mold in it, or not mold, fungus, and so his photos were even worse, just because of the fact that the lens just was horrible. For a beginner photographer who's just learning like the basics and using a telephoto that's not expensive. I think this thing's $95 on Amazon. I think it's pretty good for the f-stop is not amazing, especially because it is a variable aperture, but I honestly don't see a huge problem in it from the photos, especially if you have like a Sony camera that can do that can manage higher ISO levels. I say that Sony's higher ISO would help. That would be awesome if you could actually put this lens on a Sony. Now realizing that this is a Canon lens, both of these are Canon lenses, so you're not gonna be able to put this on your Sony. Even said, higher ISO doesn't necessarily mean a bad photo. I've had so many photos with 64 to even higher ISO, and they're completely manageable. I used a R100 for a wedding. They had no inside lights, which is kind of annoying, but I did manage to get a couple banger photos out of it, and they loved them. They had no complaints. I showed them, and I even told them these might be a little grainy because the lighting in here and the fact that I'm using telephoto, blah, 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 blah. They didn't even care. They didn't even notice. They're like, oh my gosh, it's grainy, and I didn't even know. So it's really not a big deal. I love the 70-200, but that thing is also $1,200. So unless you want to spend $1,100 more for the one that I have, this is a great alternative. And I used it for probably a year and a half until I saved up enough for the 7200. And I liked it. I loved it. It was amazing. All right, so this is 300 millimeters on the 75-300. This is kind of where it gets a little janky, at least with this lens, just because the f-stop is at 6.7, and also just because it has no internal IS, so you're gonna have to crank your shutter speed up a lot, at least to 1/600, and then to get a good exposure, you're probably gonna have to pump your ISO up pretty high. That's really the big thing. Like, unless you have a really steady hand, you're not gonna get super crisp photos. But I came out with some pretty good ones in my time of using this. I don't know. I really don't think it's a bad lens. Like, it's not bad at all. But I say that with a grain of salt. It is not bad for a $95 lens. There's a big difference. If I was spending $1,200 on this lens, I would say absolutely not. Do not waste your money. But for $100, like, you can't beat this. Like, it's really good. So yeah, there's the comparison side by side, 75-300 to 70-200. I love my 7200, but wouldn't mind my 75-300 for my early work. It's really up to you. Like, photography is so subjective with this type of stuff. Like, if you want to use a 75-300, go ahead. If you want to use a... Aw, there's a little bird taking a bath. I would still get a video of this, but like, by the time I get over there and switch lenses and set the whole thing up, it's gonna fly away. It's so cute. Anyways, oh yeah, beginner work, totally would recommend this lens just because, like, it's a great lens. Like, for the price, like, okay, so here's the thing. Price per quality is really great. $100. You never see lenses for $100. I think the most I've ever seen this lens go to is $125, and even then, like, you can't beat that price. It's beautiful out right now, and I might just stay out here for a while just because it's really nice out. This is like the first nice day since like 2025 in general. Thank you for watching. I hope to post more. It's just been crazy with I now actually have a cinematography job at a place that I'm not going to say just for my own privacy reasons. I hope to post more. It's just been really busy with that, on top of school, on top of my other job. Haven't had a whole lot of time to go out and shoot video and photos and just make things. So hopefully after the school year is done, I'll be able to actually make some content and put some effort into it, because so far all the content that I made, I just don't put a lot of effort into, just because I want to get it out there. I just want to be done with it, because otherwise it will take way too long for me to do things. If you'd like to see more of this kind of stuff, please subscribe and like the video. It sounds so cringy saying that, but like, so yeah, thank you for 200 plus subs in 2025 also, because I wasn't expecting that. As one of my friends said, I'm surprised 200 people actually want to listen to you talk for an hour. So thanks for that, and I'll see you in the next one.